So we're here at last. This is Malaga. This is the Hotel Plaza de Castillo. Jim and me arrived here about 11:30, 12:15 today. Met up with the motorbikes. We've unpacked all our riding gear and crash helmets, and now we've got a couple of bags that need to go back into storage here so that Rob at Fly and Ride can take them back to the UK for us. What we're having to do, because Morocco's been cancelled, we're going to be riding from here in Malaga, and we're going to ride up through Spain. We don't know quite yet whether we're going to do the ferry from Santander back to Portsmouth or whether we're going to ride up through France. It's going to be a case of suck it and see how we go with the number of hours and how many miles we can do in a day. So it's a bit of a sad time in one sense that Morocco's been cancelled, but it's going to be an adventure in another way, going up through Spain, given the fact that the coronavirus has closed down Italy completely at the moment. Spain is on the brink, and France is probably next after that. So we're going to set off today, do, 2 or 3 hours riding, head towards Seville and see how we do from there. Here we go.
Miles.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's just do it.
Then we're getting if we're at Seville, we just head north on.
Yeah. Just remember, 60, 65 is probably as enough as I can.
60 to 80 then.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. Well, we're on it now, that's for sure. We're just refueled, and Jim's leading. He's put the destination that we're looking at, which is Seville, which is over towards the west. The plan is to get there and start heading up through Portugal to try and get some miles under our belt, because we've just heard from somebody that's phoned Jim that the airlines are being turned back from Spain to go back to the UK. They've been turned round, can you believe this? Turned round in mid-air. So they're really not allowed or being stopped from coming to Spain. I have a feeling that it's going to be like this for quite a way now, so I don't really see the point in carrying on filming.
This is a ghost town, isn't it?
Yeah.
How many cars are on the motorway?
Nothing, is there? Absolutely empty.
I think, well, Well, no, I saw a sign up there saying €48. I thought, can't be the toll. And then there was another one for €3.40.
Oh, right.
Well, do you think just nail it on? Well, we've got to do this one, but just carry on motorway, get to Seville.
Don't you?
Yeah, because I re-evaluated. That was cash. She said my mother's just been in, yeah. That was all shut down, all flights have been turned around mid-air.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, where's the one with the money? Let's do another 20-30 mile and then think about wherever. Well, imagine we need to get off the motorway to get something bloody eat, don't we? We're not eating motorway service shit, are we?
No.
So I suppose what are your thoughts?
What time are we on now? 4 o'clock. I don't mind. Give it another half an hour, 3/4 an hour and get off.
Yeah.
We've just pulled off the motorway, partly to refuel and partly to look at where we're going to stop tonight. We've done 120 miles to here from the hotel, and we're going to do another 60 now, which should get us in around about 6 o'clock tonight. So I'm hoping that'll just be nice. Morning folks, this has been my room last night at a little town about 120 miles away from Malaga. Can't remember the name of it. It's something like Anacina or something like that. Jim and I found this just really rolling up outside. €40 for the night, just for the bed. Breakfast is extra tomorrow, but it's pleasant. 2 beds, as you can see. We could have shared, but we prefer to do singles, especially at that price. I slept extremely well, having got up at, what was it, about 3:15 yesterday morning. So slept like a log last night. And today we're going to make our way up to, I think, a town called Valloid. It's a good way away. I think it's a little over 300 miles. And on the Himalayan, that's quite an achievement. But it did all right yesterday. It's just a bit of a struggle on the hills, especially if you've got a headwind as well. Right, time to get to breakfast and get packed up. I tell you what we do need to do. It might be just worth spending 2 minutes out there. We could connect the intercoms.
Oh yeah. So here's my plan. That's where we are.
Yeah.
That bloody road went riding back down there.
Yeah.
And then all the way, last night we were looking all the way up the A66.
Yeah.
To up to Valley. Where's it gone? Valloid or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a long ride up that A66. A bit shit and boring.
Yeah.
Look where we are. We can carry on. So that's where we came in. We can carry on. We could link up there. But I think we can stay on that road. Look at Portugal. Get into Portugal. Have a look around these lakes.
Yeah. Watch your head. Probably nowhere near it.
Yeah, back on again, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll do.
Okay. Are you still there, Jim?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. If you hear me talking, Jim, it's because I'm talking to the camera. Just leaving Anasina now. And we've made a bit of a later start because...
You was busy. Can you hear me, Phil?
Yeah, I can hear you now, yeah.
I just keep saying busy, busy, busy.
Right. But, if you wonder what I'm talking about sometimes, I've got a microphone in my helmet, so I talk to my camera sometimes. Just to give you an update then, this is Sunday 15th of March. We stayed last night in Aracena. We're heading now to a town called Moura, M-O-U-R-A. It's 60 miles from Aracena, and we're going to go into Portugal. We've found some lakes on the map which look nice, so we're going to try and head to those. How about that for a long straight road? A bit more in the way of scenery. Okay, quick petrol stop on our way to Moura. We were half full on the tank still, but where we're headed looked a bit quiet for petrol stations, so Jim quite wisely said let's fill up now, and then we've got plenty in reserve. And whilst we were about it, he had the presence of mind to fill his little 2-litre fuel tank that he's got stashed under the back of the bike there with the blue straps. That holds 2 litres. Now 2 litres doesn't sound a fat lot, but given that if I ride my Himalayan fairly gently I can get 20 miles to each litre, that gives me 40 miles, and if it was Jim, I don't know, probably 30 miles, 25, 30 miles, so that's worth having. So a quick toilet stop and then away. So we've just stopped for a petrol stop. I think I put just over 7 litres in, which is, well, just under half a tank. Tank holds 15 litres, and I had done 100 and some odd miles on that, so I'm clearly able to do, you know, about 170, 180 miles, I would say. Cost me €9.20, sorry, €9.20, and Jim was quite right. He said, you know, we're nowhere near, we're only on half a tank, but the point is, on his sat-nav, down the right-hand side, it shows all the fuel stations, and what he noticed was, in the direction we're going, there was fewer and fewer petrol stations. It just seemed sensible to fill up now. Make sure we got plenty in hand.
This might be a bit more of a country road than it's a HU road, whatever that means.
And this is much more what we came for. Little roads like this are delightful to ride. They're nice on a little bike as well, rather than a big heavy GS, although I won't have a word said against the GS, because in fairness it handles these roads just as well as this Himalayan actually. It might be a big bike, the GS, but it doesn't handle like a big bike. On the move like this, it's perfectly capable of, well, riding even trickier roads than this. You may well have seen on some of the Stella videos, particularly over the little narrow passes that we do near to Venadio, my goodness me, the Col de Saint-Péret and all that. I mean, some of that is off-road, well, unsurfaced. And 2 up with luggage. It's still very manageable on the GS. You never feel out of your depth. Very capable bikes, beautifully balanced. But in saying that, it's nice to ride something a bit different on roads like this. You know, I have to say, I've never ridden the Himalayan on little tight twisties like this. The little there was, I cut my foot down. The bend was tighter than I thought. I had to tip the bike in a bit harder than I was expecting. I suppose what I'm trying to say is, we're lost.
Which way would you say that is? That way, isn't it?
I must admit, Jim, when we came out the petrol station, I expected to go up that road and off to the left, not to the right.
Yeah, well that's why I've just gone on the stop there, because I wanted to look on the big map.
Ah, yeah.
This is the border.
Oh, is it?
Well, look here, look where our thing is.
Yeah.
I can't see there being any border crossing here. I think, because that's why I was stopping. I was thinking, oh, we're in Portugal. But if you look at that, we are bang on the border.
Right.
You had a picture, Spain, Portugal.
Oh, yeah, why not? Shall I tell you what? Park up over there, eh?
Yeah.
We can make everybody think we're off-road. Wasn't quite what I had in mind, Jim, but never mind. Well, here's a first for you folks. First time in Portugal. I've never been into Portugal before. No, this is a first.
Portugal. Spain.
Okay. And for the first time on this trip, look at that. Dirt. That'll do, won't it? Do you remember when Ewan and Charlie were doing the long way round? They said bad roads are worse than no road. Or off-road. Flipping heck. This has certainly been like that. I can't help wondering what the on-road riding would have been like in Morocco. It was very easy to focus on the fact that it was 25% off-road. What that of course means is that it's 75% on-road, and I did wonder what the on-road riding would be like. Yeah, so about an hour's drive to Chalets or Chalet, and things have warmed up a little bit. The display on the dashboard is saying 25. I would say it's certainly 15, feels like it. 15, 16, thereabouts. Ah, there we go. An unexpected bonus, look at this. What a fabulous view this is.
Isn't it just? Bloody miles of flat, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we're back in Spain again now?
Yeah, are we?
I think so.
I think so. I think we said when we got to Chalets it was the other side of the border.
Oh, no. No, you're right, we are still crossing here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Up to there, so... Yeah, so after we've gone through that... This is beautiful to follow this, though, isn't it, a bit?
Oh, yeah.
There's some big... I mean, it's not just here, this must go on for miles then up
Yeah.
there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, miles and miles of lakes.
Real bonus this is.
Well, it's good, not bad roads, are they? It's quite...
Yeah, I've enjoyed them.
Yeah, it's better than sitting on that road, but we're going to have to hit that fast bloody A66 thing again, aren't we? Just
Here we go again. Fantastic, eh? I think when I set off from Malaga yesterday, it was reading 2,740. So we've done a total of 260 miles to this point. I noticed on the average speed, because the Himalayan actually displays the average speed, trip 2, which is the whole trip, we've been averaging 50 miles an hour.
just look at the road difference between Spain and Portugal.
Leslie's now looking, of course, for somewhere to stop to grab a coffee or a sandwich or something. I mean, it is Sunday, that's the problem. It's Sunday. It's time is it? 1 o'clock-ish. In Spain, that means siesta.
We don't get much in round here.
No.
It's a bloody ghost town. This is Portugal. It's a ghost town over there, isn't it?
Well, the other thing is...
Can we have a park up and just re-evaluate that?
Yeah, okay. So this is still Shellers. Yeah, you wouldn't believe it, the sat-nav does actually take us down here. You think you're coming into somebody's backyard.
Atención, está usted reportando gasolina 95 XT.
A quick petrol stop here and managed to get a couple of bottles of water. Had a quick sort of bar, biscuit bar thingy, and a bit of chocolate with Oreo. Very nice. We're heading now to Salamanca. This was Badajoz, and we're going now to Salamanca, which is about 3 hours away, and that should then give us somewhere to stop tonight, we think. These roads have been utterly deserted. Just incredible. Jim was telling me it's about 24 degrees according to his thermometer on his motorbike. Mine's registering 27. Given then that's a 3 or 4 degree difference. Perhaps the Himalayan isn't quite so badly out as I thought. Now, what are you pointing at me, Jim? Home at McDonald's. Oh, even McDonald's is closed. Quick shot of my hotel room in Salamanca that we stayed in last night. Last night was Sunday night, and we had our stay in this 4-star hotel. It's scruffy now because I've got all my stuff chucked about all over the place. But yeah, 4-star hotel with secure parking underground. It was £40 for the hotel and £6 to have the secure parking. Now we knew it was going to be bad weather today, and I knew the temperature was going to be low, and I knew. But what I didn't know was that it was going to have snow on the cars. I'm hoping so, Jim. I've got waterproof liners in them, and I've sprayed them up to within an inch of the life. So we'll just have to see. Okay, here we go. This is Monday morning. You're going to have a bit of a surprise when you get out here, I think. Okay, bye-bye. Just wanted to go on record that at this particular time, 10:15, I'm warm. I'm not sure I'll be saying that much more today. Try and avoid the manhole covers. In the wet they can be slippery. Well, I'm going to do a little bit of filming on this, but I'll be absolutely honest with you. I don't think it's going to be a very interesting video. It's, how can I put this? There's a novelty value of the fact that it's white on the ground and that it's snowing. But the roads today are not going to be exciting roads, and even if they were, in these conditions you wouldn't want to be riding them with enthusiasm in a spirited sort of way. So we've put Bayonne in the sat-nav. It's about 300 miles. Oh. I reckon. Test of endurance this, Jim.
Aye?
A test of endurance.
There's only one advantage. With the lockdown, there's nowhere near as much traffic.
Yeah.
Bloody sprayers and...
Yeah. I tell you what, thank God for heated grips.
Let me just come through that cutting dust. I'm looking at it. This is like the Staffordshire Moorlands.
Yeah.
I'll suppose way
Just one quick thing about the kit that I brought. I expected the ride up from Dover or wherever we would disembark to be cold, so thank the Lord I did pack some extra kit, and to be honest, even when I was packing for Morocco I erred on the side of it being cold at times. I wasn't sure. Poor old Jim brought a thin motorcycle jacket, and although he's got some layers on, I'm not sure he'll be warm enough really. I didn't take my linings out of this jacket, this brown Oxford Continental Advanced jacket. I left them in thinking I could take advice perhaps when we got to Malaga from Adam, but I thought, well, you know, I'd rather have them with me and remove them than not have them with me at all in case I need them. And the other thought was, we were going to be camping high up in the mountains. If I did get cold, I could put the linings on for extra warmth. I can't really tell you what the temperature is, but If the BBC weather app is anything to go by, it's probably about 2 degrees. Yeah, I'm still here. Just thought I'd give the lens a wipe on the camera. Don't know if it's made any difference. Whew. What a ride that was. Horrible. After the snow stopped, it turned to rain. We got off at a petrol station and refuelled, obviously, and by luck, as it would have it, we managed to get a coffee, and now we're in Burgos.
Good news, bad news. Good news, we've got rooms.
Yeah.
There is no parking. However, reception's there. She says you can park them under this window here, and somebody's on reception all the time.
Okay.
It's a lockdown, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm happy with that.
it's 40 quid, 40 euros again. So I'm kind of happy with that.
I am.
It's here. They're undercover
Yeah.
from the rain.
Yeah.
Somebody on reception.
Yeah, that's fine.
Tell them we'll have the room.
Yeah. Do I look tired? I'm not surprised. That's got to be one of the hardest days riding I've ever done. Where are we? We're at Burgos in northern Spain. We're about, I don't know, we're somewhere around 50 miles south of Bilbao, something like that. We've ridden 165 miles today, Jim and me, but we set off this morning in snow. The first, I don't know, hour and a half probably was nothing but snow, completely covered the visor. You're wiping your visor every 20-30 seconds. This hand got freezing cold because you've got heated grips, where this hand stays on the heated grips all the time. This hand is coming off to wipe your visor clear of snow. It was a nightmare. Fortunately, I'd got a lot of warm kit. I'd overdone it a little bit. I'd still got the thermal linings in my jacket and trousers, and Sue had bought me some really warm heavy duty thermal base layers, so I was warm. I'd got heated grips, I'd got nice warm gloves, I'd got warm boots, I'd put 2 layers of socks on, I'd got a waterproof BMW jacket over the top of the whole lot. I was warm, but by the time we'd gone an hour and a half I wasn't, and poor Jim was really suffering at times. And his boots had got sopping wet. His trousers had stayed dry, which pleased him, but he said, you know, all the water had run into his boots and he was frozen. Every time we stopped, he was shaking with cold. But we're tired now. I'm ready for bed. We're hoping to do a big day tomorrow. We're hoping to get from here to, where is it tomorrow? We're going to not go to Biarritz, Bordeaux. 300 miles. If you're lucky, you can manage 50 miles an hour average, especially on the little Himalayan. You're looking at 6 hours riding. We're leaving Burgos and we're heading today for Bordeaux. Drizzly day, it's I'm guessing about 5-6 degrees. Jim's struggling a bit because he can't get his sat-nav to talk to his headset at the same time as his phone, so he's a bit frustrated with that. And the reason why we like to have the sat-navs talking is because when you're cruising along the motorway and it says turn off in 12 miles, it gives you a little reminder about a mile beforehand, and it stops you forgetting to take the turn. Oh yeah, I can get you. Yeah, that's as good as gold. It is, isn't it? That's crapola deluxe, that is. Right. Okay, Jim, well, what I was thinking was, when we get time tonight, we'll have a look and see if we can delete all the pairings on your headset. The only good news about today is that it's still windy, but it's not as windy. I think when I looked at the BBC weather app, it said that the wind was going to be against us largely, although it's more from my right shoulder now, and it's not as strong. And I realised that on the bike because I'm able to keep a better speed. I'm going uphill now at 60 miles an hour into a crossing headwind, and I wouldn't have been able to entertain overtaking like this yesterday. So overall, it's a little bit better, I suppose. So that was a petrol stop, and I'm rather glad about that because I was getting my usual fuel anxiety issues. So I always like to see it when it's got a nice big tank of fuel. Talking of which, right, we're at a péage, and this is where we don't pay. We simply get a ticket, put it in your tank bag, and pay when you get off the other end. Jim's just looked at his mobile phone to get an update on the news. France is closing its borders at, okay, 12 p.m. Now I think, myself, that is not 12 noon, that is 12 midnight. But we're not taking any risks, we're just going to get on with it now. I have no idea. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's just see if we can. You've tried your card, have you? No. Brilliant. Yeah. No, you're alright, yep. Jim, you keep them. I'll just stick the bloody card in to be on the safe side. Yeah, watch the traffic, matey. Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, oh. Yeah, they'll want to kick us out, Jim. I've been thinking about it. They're not going to want to keep us, are they? Is that a technical medical term, Jim? I'll quote you on that. Jim said they'll soon. Yeah, okay, Jim. Okay. Yeah, we've just pulled off the motorway to get some fuel. I was a bit concerned that we didn't have anybody in the fuel station to service, but it looks like it's going to be one of those. Put your card in first. And then put your fuel in. Whew. Yes, we'll have to get this off. Oh. We did it, mister. We got into France. So he's only a partly happy bunny. Can't you just tell by his body language on his motorbike, the way he shot off then? I get the feeling he's not a happy bunny. So that was a péage. Just about ready for another day's riding now. We're going to try to get virtually to Calais today. Today is Wednesday, and we're hoping to get to Calais, or very close to it, tonight. And on the way we might stop at Le Mans. Oh, sat-nav is set up now for Le Mans. Just about it. That's where we'd hoped to get to yesterday. That's Bordeaux. And we've got to here. Angoulême. Hopeful yesterday. And we did about, I think we did about 450 yesterday. 430, 450, somewhere around that. We're going to try and do 200 to Le Mans. And then get the rest of the way in the afternoon, halfway between Le Mans and Calais. Yeah, so that was an Ibis hotel in Angoulême, and it is, what is it? It's 8:45. So it's a relatively early start for us today. I don't think we've made quite so much an early start as this.
Just watching the news, and it said in Italy 40% of people in the northern region are ignoring this lockdown. He said because they've been tracking the mobile phone data.
Ah,
Big brother watching you.
yeah.
They know, the government know where you are and walking from mobile phone data
Bloody hell.
at the moment.
Flipping heck. Hello.
Have you got your camera on, Phil?
Yeah.
Just some footage of just desolate streets.
Oh yeah.
I'm struggling, I've got mine on and I want to show people how deserted everything is.
I know.
Great looking videos, yeah.
It's like a ghost town, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So 25. It says continue 25 miles, and that's to the next split in the motorway, turn off, whatever. It's 85 miles since I refueled, so in theory I've got half a tank of fuel left. And the gauge is showing about 2/3 full. Because we had no headwind yesterday, and in fact at times it was a tailwind, I think. What that's meant is that I've been working the bike less hard. Consequently, I haven't used so much fuel.
We've got fuel to get into Le Mans now.
How far is it now to Le Mans?
43 miles.
How much?
143.
Yeah.
We've only done 40.
Yeah.
We've had
Okay.
a long time on the road, doesn't it?
We might. It might be an idea to fuel just before we stop, get filled up, and then after.
It's a big town, isn't it? Big, yeah, we'll see when we get
Yeah.
plenty coming up. Yep.
Okay. 10:15. So this is looking lovely. Jim says we've got about 140 miles. Oop, blah, blah. Did I zero? Yes, I did. About 140 miles to Le Mans. Here we go again, having just filled it with fuel. Yeah. And see, that's what I like about Jim. Checks. Absolutely checks that I'm right to go. That's nice. It's not a case of every man for himself.
I know that said Calais, but this is sending me this way.
Yeah. Cheapest.
Sending you on the main road.
Well, no, this is mine's agreeing with yours. This is saying to come this way.
Come this way, yours is as well.
Yeah. Well, we're in a place called Aberville, and it's, I don't know, about 7:15, something like that. Getting a bit dark, isn't it? And we're just off to find what we think will be the Ibis Hotel. You can tell it's quite dark because the sat-nav's gone on to its nighttime setting. Oh, there it is, look, Ibis Hotel. Well done Google, well done iPhone, and well done Mr. Trafford. I was beginning to lose faith a little bit, not in Jim, mind you. Ooh.
thing is the car park's got cars in, but it's not full.
Yeah. Okay, just a quick bit of video to show you my room in the Ibis Hotel at Abbeville. And like last night, it's rather basic. You'll have to forgive the mess, but I've only done this morning after a night in it, so I'm just about getting packed up. But anyway, it's very basic. Nice big double bed, some storage above, or a child bunk, and you get the essentials. You know, it's warm, it's clean, it's comfortable, it's basic in terms of storage, and it's been fine. It's real sort of jewel in the crown on this particular occasion has to be the shower, because it's a bit like a caravan shower. Very nice. And very calm. It's not particularly cheap, €60 for this, but we're on our way now to Calais this morning. It's not far, I think it's about 70 miles. Do the Channel Tunnel and then get on the road for home. So what have we got? 83 miles since we fueled up last. It's 8:41, it's 10 degrees according to that, which is possible because the temperature sensor won't have been affected by the heat of the engine yet. I think it's a case of here we go. Oh, bloody péage. Poor old Jim is still struggling. It isn't easy on these sat-navs when you've got no voice prompt. Mine's just said keep left, you may have heard it. On our way now to Calais and the Channel Tunnel. There's the sign to Calais, 112 kilometres. That's about, let me think, 62 plus 8, so 70 miles to Calais. I have said to Jim, and it was Sue's idea to be fair, once we get on the M25 and M1, certainly, if he feels that he wants to get a move on and get home, at the end of the day he's on a 1000cc bike with a twin cylinder engine. This is a 400cc bike with one cylinder. Yes, I can hold 70, but if Jim wants to crack on a little bit up the motorway, I think he should perhaps get on with it and not worry about me. But we'll see. Knowing Jim, he'll say no, let's stick together, because he's a really decent guy like that. And I hope he sees this video so that he realises just how much I appreciate his patience and consideration this holiday. It's been really good. Top flight. Thanks, Jim. But I'm glad he's refuelling, because I've got 92 miles on the clock since we last refueled, and it would be nice to have it chock full.
Do this one, Phil, because there's no others coming up for a long time.
Yeah.
62 miles, we probably could have done it, but
No.
there'll be something near the tunnel, but we might as well do this and then just bat on.
I've always thought when we've done it, I've thought I'd rather have it in the bag, be on the safe side.
Yeah.
I have to say, this is a beautiful day weather-wise. Tomorrow the forecast is rain. Calais, Dover, London, all looking wet tomorrow, so I'm glad we decided to do what we've done. Yeah, Jim has just, and this is amazing, isn't it? Technology for you. Jim has just telephoned me to say that his backside's killing him and he wants to just get off the bike for a few minutes. So he's, look, you can see now, he's gone bombing off into the distance. He's going to pull off at the next petrol station and just have 2 minutes off the bike, and then I will pull off as well, meet him there, and then we'll carry on. We're at the Channel Tunnel now.
Self-check-in,
Welcome to Eurotunnel. All of our agents are busy with customers at the moment. Please wait and an agent will be with you shortly. Thank you for your patience.
Where can we get a ticket from? Yes, yeah, to cross.
Just one way or
Just one way.
one way to 225 euros?
245 euros?
Yes.
Oh no, we'll go to Calais then.
Yeah.
No, alright, we'll go to Calais then, thanks. Thank you. 245 euros, it's 40. I'll tell you what, let's go back there. Back up and book online.
Okay. Is it straightforward, Jim?
Yeah.
It bloody is, Jim. That's a right rip-off, that is.
Yeah, but they've done the same on the ferry as well. How much money did they start losing today?
Yeah. But that was 3 times. 3.8 to 24. So that's 3 times what we've paid.
Yeah. They're just booking online.
Yeah. Shine a light. And there you go. There it is, the Channel Tunnel train.
Yeah. 100 euros. 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 100 euros
bike's all settled in for the trip. Bit of a luggage strap just to stop it tipping over. The Himalayan's a bit guilty there because shine stand's a bit long.
The Channel Tunnel, actually on the move. See my bike having a little wobble to itself, just hope it doesn't wobble over. I put a strap on it to hold it, but nothing's perfect, not even me. Looks like we've got a Frenchman with us as well. But there we go. This is about, I think, a 30-minute trip. Looks like there might be a bit of movement there now. Well, we're back in the UK. I began to wonder earlier today whether they're going to be awkward about the bloody ferry or the Channel Tunnel or something and be reluctant to let us back in, but so far we've not had any major problems, so that's good. As Jim says, you'd think they'd have bloody tested us though, coming off the train, wouldn't you? Okay, here we go, last leg, eh? Homeward bound. Right on the left. Thankfully, because we're in Kent, it's nice and flat. I'm just hoping the winds will be southwesterly today, so that, if anything, I've got a tailwind. Certainly the bike seems to be happier at the moment than it has been at times in Spain and France. It's certainly managing to hold 70 miles an hour much more easily. But I've got to say, it's done extremely well. No complaints. Boring motorway. I really don't see any point in filming this, so call it quits.